Hey everyone, welcome back to Code with Poonam. It's day 52 of our 100 days of coding challenge in JavaScript. Today's problem is inspired by GUVI CodeKata and we are exploring a geometric problem. Back in day 40, we have discussed about the GUVI's CodeKata platform. It's an excellent resource for tackling a variety of coding problems from beginner to advanced. If you haven't checked it out, it's worth exploring, guys. So do watch out that day 40 challenge video and know the insights of the GUVI's CodeKata page. Here is our problem statement. So we are going to solve a problem of an absolute beginner. And here is our question that we have to find the area of an equilateral triangle, right? Here we have the input description, output description, and we have the sample input and output as well. So same question I have taken in the VS Code, the area of equilateral triangle. So let's proceed with this challenge and we will move to our VS Code. In the VS Code, if we see, we have here our question along with the input and output description, and also we have our sample input and output, right? So let us read out the question. So what is the first line of this question? The area of equilateral triangle is what? 1 divided by 4 multiplied by square root of 3 multiplied by a square, where a represents the side of a triangle. So that is what? 1 divided by 4 multiplied by square root of 3 multiplied by side square, right? This is the area of equilateral triangle formula. So they have given us the formula, right? After that, they are saying you are provided with a side A. So they are saying you have the side A also. So you just check this formula and calculate our area of equilateral triangle. So they have said to write a JS function, right? So we have to write a JS function to find the area of equilateral triangle. After that, they said input description is what? Side of an equilateral triangle is provided as an input. And what is the output description? They are saying you have to calculate the area of equilateral triangle and print the answer up to 2 decimal places after rounding off. So you will have to round off as well up to 2 decimal places. So after calculating the area of equilateral triangle, we need to round off also up to 2 decimal places. Then we have here what? Sample input and output. So if we see here, this is our input is 20. Our area of equilateral triangle can be 173 point some odd numbers, right? But they have limited here up to 2 decimal places, right? So that is what is our sample output, okay? So now what we will do, first of all, let us come here and we will break this question. So we have been asked to write a JS function, right? So I will write here JavaScript function. After that, what it was being said to find out the area of equilateral triangle, right? So that also I will take here and I will put it over here. Now to find out the area of equilateral triangle, we have been given with this formula. So let us take here and we will put it over here, okay? And now let us come to line number 15. And it has been asked to find out what area of equilateral triangle. So we will keep the function name also same. So I will take this area of equilateral triangle and I will put it over here. And I will remove this off and we will make this E capital. So just let me write here E capital. And also we will remove this space and we will make this T capital. So this is area equilateral triangle and we will write here with a parenthesis. So this will be our function name, okay? Now we will come down and write down our approach to find out the area of equilateral triangle using this particular formula. So let us come here and write down the approach. So I'll just write here what? Approach, okay? Now here, we know we have been given with a formula. So let us take this and we will put it over here. So this is the formula to calculate the area of equilateral triangle. So in this, what we are going to use it, we will be using our math methods, okay? So what are the math methods we are going to use it? We will be using a math.sqrt method, okay? With this, and the another method we are going to use it what? Math.pow method, okay? So these are the two methods which will help us to execute this particular question, okay? Now what does math.sqrt does? It will give you the square root of a particular number. So our number is what right now? 3, right? So we are going to write what? Math dot square root of 3 like this. So it will give me the square root of 3. After that, we have to find out what? This particular side square, right? For that, we have to use this math.power method. So math.power method returns the value of a base raised to a power. So in this case, what it will be? Math.power, and here we will have to write our side comma 2, because our base is what? Side, and power will be what? 2, right? We have a raised to 2, right? So that is what we have to use it here, side comma 2. Or if you see here, it is a. So we will be writing here what? Math dot power, and we will write here what? A comma 2. So this will be our math dot power method, which we are going to use it. Okay. After that, what we have to do in this, we will have to use our toFixed method also. What this toFixed method is going to do? This method is going to round off the result up to the decimal places which we will give. So we want to round off to 2 decimal places, right? So here we will write what? Whatever is the result. Suppose our result, I am storing into a result variable, okay? So I will write here what? Result dot toFixed like this, and in this parenthesis we are going to write our number. So in this particular parenthesis we will write here 2, and because of this it is going to limit the decimal places. So when you write 2, it will limit up to 2 decimal places. If you write 3, it will limit up to 3 decimal places. So this is what we are going to use it. Okay, so these are the 3 methods which we will be using it. After that, we will just log our result. Okay, so let us come down and we will write down our function. So we will write here what? Function, and our function name will be what? Area of equilateral triangle, right? With this parenthesis. Okay, so let us come down and let us invoke it quickly. So I will write here what? Area of equilateral triangle, and we are going to pass our sample input, that is nothing but 20. Okay, so let us come here and pass this 20, and we can receive here as a or side, whatever you feel. So right now I am receiving it as a side. Okay, so let us come here to the terminal and we will see this out whether we are able to execute it or not. So for that we will write here what? Console.log of side. Okay, so let us come to the terminal and we will write here what? Note day 52 challenge, and we will hit enter. So what do we get? We got here 20, right? That means this function is successfully running. Now let us come here and try to substitute the values here. So we will just put this and we will write here like this. Okay, now first of all we will find the square root. So I will declare a variable called as a find square root. Okay, and here I will write math dot square root, and in this I will pass our 3. Let us come here and console it out. So console.log find sqrt. Let us check what do we get. So node I will write and day 52 challenge, and we will hit enter. So we got this much numbers, right? You can see we are getting up to 10, 12 numbers, right? After decimal places, correct? So that is why they have said you will have to limit up to 2. Okay, so we have got this here. Okay, after that let us come here and find out the power also. So I will declare a variable called as a find power. Okay, pow I will write, and we will write here what? Math.power, and since I have received here as a params as a side, so I will write here what? Side comma 2, and let us console that as well. So I will write here what? Console.log find power. Okay, let us come here and clear the terminal and rerun it. So I will write here node day 52 challenge, and we will hit enter. So what do we get? I got here 400. So 20 was our side, right? 20 times 20 is what? 400, right? That is what we are getting. So this is also running it properly. Okay, now we have to calculate the area. This is what the parts of it we have done. So we calculated the square root of 3. We have calculated here the side square also, right? So this too has been calculated, right? But we have to calculate this entire, right? So we will come here and we will declare one more variable, const area, and in this we are going to store the area of equilateral triangle. So what is the formula here? 1 divided by 4, right? And in that we will put multiplication, and in the bracket, right? It is in the bracket, right? So inside this bracket, what we will write? Find square root multiplied by find power. So this is what we are going to do it. Okay, Now let us come here and console this out. So console.log, I will write here what? Area. Now let us clear the terminal and rerun it. So we will write here what? Node day 52 challenge and we will hit enter. What do we get? 173.205080 dot dot dot. That is again, it is giving us a, after a decimal places, more numbers, right? And that is where they said you please limit up to 2 places, right? If you see the output, we have reached here, but we have not limited out, right, the decimal places. So we will come here and we will what do? We will create a one more variable called as a const area rounded, okay? Let us write here and we will write here what then? Area dot toFixed. Let us see how it works out. So toFixed is there. In this toFixed, I will pass here 2 first, okay? And let us come here and console it out. So console.log area rounded I will write. And let us come here, write here what? Node day 52 challenge and we will hit enter. So what do we got? We got here 173.21. So this is nothing but the exact output which is being expected from us, right? So we have got this exact output, right? Now let us come here and we will improvise this as well. So let us put this in a template literal syntax and we will write here what? Area of an equilateral triangle. So let us come here and let us take this from here. So area of an equilateral triangle. So let us write here. Okay, and this area rounded, first of all, let us put it in the flower braces, dollar and the flower braces. So area of an equilateral triangle with side, okay. So what was our side? With side, dollar, flower braces, side, right? We have our side and we will put here colon. And now let us see what do we get in the terminal. So we will clear the terminal and we will write here what? Node day 52 challenge and we will hit enter. What do we get? Area of an equilateral triangle with side 20 is what? 173.21, right? This is what it was expected from us, right? So successfully we have executed this, okay? Now let us come here and we will remove this other console.log statement. So I will just comment it out. So line number 28, line number 31, line number 34, line number 37, okay? And now let us come here and clear everything and rerun it. So node day 52 challenge and we will hit enter. What do we get? Area of an equilateral triangle with side 20 is what? 173.21. So we have successfully executed this, right? So what here we are doing? We are using a math.sqrt method to calculate the square root of 3. We are using a math.pow method to calculate the side of a square. And by applying the formula, we have calculated the area of triangle. After that, we have rounded off the result, right? Up to 2 places using the toFixed method. So if we come here and if we write here toFixed 3, then let us see what do we get here. So I will write here what? Node day 52 challenge and we will hit enter. So what do we get? 173.205. So if you see what we are getting the 3 decimal places, right? So, but here it was being said only to 2. So we will come here and we will put here again 2 and then we will get here what? Up to 2 decimal places. So node day 52 challenge and if you hit enter, you will get it like this. So this is what was expected from us, right? So let us come here and we will have a quick recap of this question. So what it was been asked, we have to write a JS function to find the area of equilateral triangle where they have given us the area of equilateral triangle and where A represents the side of a triangle, right? In this, we had our input description, output description, and our sample input and output as well, right? Then we understood this question and we broke this question, right? So line number 16, we wrote here JS function and we wrote here what? Area of equilateral triangle with a parenthesis. And in line number 17, we wrote the formula, right? How to find out the area of equilateral triangle, right? What was the formula? 1 divided by 4 multiplied by the square root of 3 multiplied by side square, right? And then we understood the approach on the basis of this particular formula. So we used here what? Math methods. What were the math methods? Math.square root, Math.power. What does Math.square root does? It is going to give us the square root of a particular number. Math.power returns the value of a base raised to a power. After that, we rounded the result up to two places using the toFixed method, right? And later on, we just logged our result, okay? At line number 27, we wrote our function, right? Area equilateral triangle, and where we were passing side as in params, right? And at line number 28, we just consoled our side to test our function is running properly or not. Then after that, we calculated our square root of 3 by using a math.square root method, right? Then we came here and we calculated our side square by using a math.power, right? So here we have calculated the square root and we have calculated the side square, correct? After that, at line number 36, we calculated our area of equilateral triangle. So we substituted all the values inside this particular formula. So 1 divided by 4 and then multiplied by our find square root variable and then our find power variable, right? So all this gave me what? Area. So at line number 37, we found out our area as well, right? At line number 39, we declared a variable and we used our toFixed method, correct? In this, what we were doing it, we were rounding the result up to 2 decimal places using this particular method. And at line number 40, we consoled, right, our area rounded and we also improvised this particular statement, right? So what do we got here? Area of equilateral triangle with side and area rounded. If you clear the terminal and if you rerun it, you will see the correct output, right? Now, I'll tell you why this challenge is important, because calculating areas is a foundational concept in geometry and it has an application in graphics programming, game development, real world engineering calculations, okay? And guys, we have crossed day 52 and we are making an amazing progress. So let's keep up the energy and dive into more exciting challenges as we move forward. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more daily coding content, and I will see you for day 53. So thank you so much guys. Take care. Bye-bye.